Hello everyone! Today I'm gonna show you the tutorial of this cute granny square crop top. First of all, I'm gonna introduce the materials. In this video, I will use this 100% cotton yarn beige color and also 100% cotton yarn light blue color and the cotton yarn which is blue color. I'll use this yarn 2 strands. It means I'll use 2 yarns together. I mainly use 4mm hook and also gonna use stitch markers, scissors, and yarn needle. First, I'll show you how to make a granny square. If you already know how to do it, you can skip this part. So first, make a slip knot and chain 4. After chaining 4, do a slip stitch into the first stitch. So there's a little hole in the middle. Then chain 3. Then yarn over and do a double crochet in the little hole. And do one more double crochet. Then chain 2. Next, make 3 double crochet. So carry the yarn end along. After making 3 double crochet, chain 2. Repeat the process of 3 double crochet and chain 2 more times. At the end of the row, you're going to slip stitch in the 3rd chain. So this one is the 2nd double crochet, and this one is 1st double crochet, and this one is the 3rd chain. You're going to slip stitch into this chain stitch. After doing the slip stitch, chain 1, pull the yarn and cut it. Row 1 is done. we'll move on to row 2. In this row, I'm gonna use this 2 blue yarn together. Insert your hook into the corner hole next to the last slip stitch you did on the row 1. Pull the yarn and chain 3. Next, do 2 double crochet on the same spot. And then chain 1. Next, do 3 double crochet on the next corner hole. And you always carry your yarn end along. So do 3 double crochet on the next corner hole. And then chain 2. Do 3 double crochet again in the same spot. And then chain 1. So repeat the process of 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1 2 more times. At the end of the row, you're going to make 3 double crochet in the first corner hole. And then chain 2. And do a slip stitch in the third chain, like you did in the first row. So after doing the slip stitch, chain 1, pull the yarn and fasten off. Row 2 is done. Next, we will move on to row 3. In this row, I'm gonna use this beige color yarn. Insert your hook into the same place as row 2. The corner hole next to the last slip stitch. Pull the yarn and chain 3. Next, do 2 double crochet in the same spot. Chain 1. Next, do 3 double crochet in the next hole. So always carry the yarn end along. And after this 3 double crochet, chain 1. And move on to the next hole and do 3 double crochet. Chain 2 and do 3 double crochet again in the same spot. And then chain 1. So repeat the process of 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 2 more times. At the end, do 3 double crochet and chain 1 and do 3 double crochet in the first hole and then chain 2 and do a slip stitch in the third chain. After doing the slip stitch, chain 1, pull the yarn and fasten off. The final row 3 is done. Next, I'll show you how to weave in yarn ends. Of course, you can skip this part if you already know. So first, cut some yarn ends, which you carried along. other yarn ends. This beige color yarn. So this is my own style, so I don't know if this is correct, but thread to the back side, so that it's not visible on the front side. And it's hard for me to explain this in English, so please just watch this video. I'm sorry, but I hope it helps. After weaving in yarn ends, please cut the yarn. The granny square is now complete. I used light blue color for the first row and blue for the second row, but I'll also make a couple of reverse versions of this. Make 16 granny squares in total. And next, I'm gonna show you how to join the squares. To prepare for joining the pieces, we will put a stitch marker on the corner stitch of the granny squares. So there are 2 chains in the corner. And put a stitch marker on the chain stitch closest to the edge you want to join. Do the same thing on the other squares. Put a stitch marker on the chain stitch closest to the edge you want to join. So do the same for the other 2 stitches. Now we're ready to join the granny squares. Place your 2 pieces so the front side will be facing each other. Grab the yarn and remove the first stitch marker. Insert your hook into the back loop of each first corner stitch. And pull the yarn and chain 1. And we're just going to slip stitch in the back loop only of each pieces until the end. And if you think your stitches are a little bit loose, you can just pull the yarn end. Now I'm going to do the last slip stitch, and we're just doing the same thing. Slip stitch in the back loop. Slip stitch, chain 1, pull the yarn and fasten off. So do the same thing, join other pieces, and make 8 pieces in total. And you can just pull each side of yarn ends, and I think it looks better. Join the pieces you made previously and make 4 pieces in total. To join them is exactly the same way as I explained earlier. Then join the pieces so that there are 2 pieces vertically and 4 pieces horizontally. Please skip the video to 25 minutes and 43 seconds if you want to watch how to join the corner chain stitch of the joint line. The basic joining method is exactly the same as you did previously. to do a slip stitch in the back loop of the corner chain stitch just before the joint line. Now I'm going to join the corner chain stitch of the joint line. Insert your hook in the first chain stitch that the two pieces were joined previously. And do the same for the other side. And then do a slip stitch. Do the same for the next stitch. Insert your hook in the first chain stitch that the two pieces are joined previously. And do the same thing for the other side. Then slip stitch. So this is how to join the corner chain stitch of the joint line. So the front body part and back body part are done. And now we are going to join the two pieces to form a big circle. The joining method is exactly the same as we did previously, so if you get confused, please rewatch this video. The front body part and back body part are joined together. Before doing the waist ribbing, weave in the yarn ends. But you don't need to weave in the yarn ends of shoulder part because those can be carried along afterwards. But of course you can weave in all yarn ends if you want to. So now we're going to do the waist ribbing. You can insert your hook into any place you want to, but in this video, I'll pick one very square and insert the hook into the rightmost of the 3 double crochet in the middle. Insert your hook into the back loop only as usual. Wrap the yarn, pull it through, and make 11 chains. You can change the number of chains to your preferred size. After making 11 chains, turn the chains horizontally and do single crochet into the back loop of second chain from the hook. And repeat this process until the end. click a stitch marker in the first single crochet, not to get confused afterward. Then turn your work so that the single crochet part will be vertical. And do a slip stitch to the back loop of the next double crochet. And do a slip stitch again to the next stitch. After doing 2 slip stitches, turn your single crochet part horizontally and do 10 single crochet in total, back loop only. So there are 1 and 2 slip stitches here, and do single crochet from the next stitch. So after making 10 single crochet, chain 1, turn your work, and do 10 single crochet again to back loop only. After doing 10 single crochet, turn the single crochet part vertically and do slip stitches. So one slip stitch here, and do one more slip stitch into the next stitch. You always do 2 slip stitches in total. So this is the basic process of waist ribbing, but one important thing I want to tell you is about the joint line. Ignore the corner chain stitch of the joint line and do slip stitch to the other chain stitch on each side together. So there's one corner chain stitch and the other one on the other side. So insert your hook into the back loop of the both chain stitch. And do one slip stitch together. So this will be counted as one slip stitch, so do one more slip stitch in the next stitch. So just be careful at this point. End of the waist ribbing, there is one stitch left, so insert your hook into the back loop and do a slip stitch. Then pull your yarn out longer and fasten off. We're going to join the waist ribbing by weaving in the yarn ends. Then insert your yarn needle top down into the loop of the very first chain. So if the chains are getting loose, please pull the yarn ends from the backside. Then insert your yarn needle top down into the top of the single crochet. So this time, you don't need to do it on the back loop. You can just do it on the both loop. So weave in the yarn into the loop of the chains and then top of single crochet. And join your ribbing part in this order. Always insert your yarn needle top down. So now I'm going to join the 10th chain and 10th single crochet. even the yarn end's back side so that it won't be shown on the front side. Before making a shoulder strap, we'll do some preparation. Put a stitch marker, which is going to be the left side of your body. So you can put your stitch marker any place you want to, but I put it in the part I join my waist ribbing. We will do single crochet all the way around so that it will be the foundation of the shoulder strap. So insert your hook into the back loop of the stitch, roughly above the spot you just put a stitch marker. Then grab the yarn, put through, chain one, and do one single crochet in the same place. So do the single crochet all the way around back loop only. Above the joint line, do single crochet 2 together in the corner chain stitches. So insert your hook into this one corner chain stitch, and yarn over and pull up the loop, and insert your hook to the other chain stitch, yarn over and pull up the loop, and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. So this is a single crochet 2 together. Do it this way for the joint part, and always carry the yarn ends along so that you don't have to weave in them later. Now I'm going to do a last single crochet. Then do a slip stitch in the first single crochet. And then chain 1, pull the yarn and fasten off. The last preparation for the shoulder strap is to put stitch markers. So put your work on and put stitch markers like this on the stitches you want to make shoulder straps. I want to make a bit thick strap, so I put stitch markers for 7 stitches. And I want to put the shoulder straps on both sides equally, so I use this middle granny square as the standard. So there's a stitch that I did single crochet 2 together, and I put a stitch marker on the 3rd stitch outer from the 2 together stitch. So do the same for the other side. Put a stitch marker on the 3rd stitch outer from the 2 together stitch. And I want to make a shoulder strap which has 7 stitches, so put a stitch marker on the 7th stitch. So do the same for the back side. Use the middle granny square as a standard and put a stitch marker on the 3rd stitch outer from the 2 together stitch. And then put a stitch marker for the width of the shoulder strap you want. In my case, it's for 7 stitches. Now we're going to do a shoulder strap. Insert your hook into the back loop of the stitch which you put a stitch marker previously. Grab the yarn and pull it out. And chain 1. And do a single crochet in the same spot. So do a single crochet back loop only until you reach the stitch you put the other stitch marker. And carry the yarn ends along. I put a stitch marker on the first single crochet so that I won't get confused. Now I'm going to do a last single crochet for this row. Then chain 1, turn your work, so the process is same as the waist ribbing. do a single crochet back loop only. There are 7 stitches for each row, so do 7 single crochet. And repeat this process until you make your preferred length. I did 44 rows. I finished doing 44 rows for the shoulder strap. And then I'm going to join it to the body part. So there are 2 stitch markers. So remove the marker on the right side. Insert your hook into the back loop. Then grab the shoulder strap . And pull out the loop on your hook. And then chain 1. Insert your hook into the same spot. And the back loop of the last single crochet. And then do a single crochet. So do single crochet in the back loop of each side until the end. doing the last single crochet, chain 1, pull the yarn longer, and fasten off. Make the other shoulder strap in the same way and leave in yarn ends. The joint part looks like this. So please rewatch the video and make the other shoulder strap. Now it's done! I think it really matches with jeans, especially when you wear this on summer. And it's also good if you wear this with denim jacket on spring. Wear it the way you like it, and if you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Bye!